Hello everyone and welcome back to Bonnerescu TV. Today we are going to be talking about why I think Romania is a future European powerhouse. It's a powerhouse in Europe. Why I think Romania has the potential to be a country like the Netherlands, like Germany, like England, like France many years in the past. I don't know if they're a powerhouse now, but I think Romania definitely has that ability to become a future powerhouse in Europe, to be one of the leading economies and one of the leading countries in Europe. And here are a few of the reasons why. First, I want to talk about the IT and business sector. As many of you know, so many people in Romania are IT people. They are software engineers, they're developers. They're doing something in IT that is helping many software companies progress forward. And so many software companies are now coming to Romania because labor is a little bit cheaper than it is in America. But not only is labor a little bit cheaper, a lot of Romanians are very skilled in the IT sector, in software development, in full stack engineering, whatever that IT position may be. Romanians are very, very intelligent and they are very gifted with computers. And also Romania has one of the best internet speeds in all of the world. So they have high speed internet, they have good labor, and they have fairly cheap labor in terms of, it's a lot more expensive to pay someone from America or even England, Germany, or some of these other places where there are a lot of intelligent people. So having a lot of intelligent people concentrated into one area, a lot of people in Romania speak English, and they are very skilled with computers. This gives them a huge advantage into why I think Romania can be a future powerhouse in Europe. Next, I think tourism in Romania is going to blow up at some point. As I look at what's going on around the world, there's a lot of people traveling, there's a lot of people doing these travel blogs or YouTubes or whatever it may be, but there are a lot of people looking to travel. They're looking to get away from the world that we live in and experience these totally different places. And Romania is one of those amazing places that almost takes you back in time and takes you back to when humans were a little bit more slow-paced and not so focused on, let's just get to work, let's make money, let's do this, let's do that. When you go to Romania, there's so much natural beauty there. You have so many beautiful plains, there's so many fields that are just absolutely beautiful. The mountains are incredible. You see these beautiful streams in each city. You see these beautiful rivers that usually go through the big cities just because back in the day, you had to be concentrated near that water. And so you do see a lot of nature in Romania. And yes, when you are in the big cities, it's there's not as much nature. It's a lot of, communist era blocks, or communist era apartment buildings. Sorry, blocks is a slang word that I use. But when you leave these, they don't have the urban sprawl like you have seen in America. There's not as much urban sprawl. There's a lot of tiny little villages, but when you're going through Romania, the nature has been kept so well. They've preserved their nature so well. They have some of the most beautiful mountains with the Carpathians. You can see bears, you can see tons of animals, plenty of fresh water, plenty of beautiful skies, plenty of everything that you want to see once you get out of these big cities. So tourism, I think, is going to be huge in the future. And I also think there's another sector of tourism that I haven't talked about, and that's the Black Sea. So the Black Sea, I would consider tourism, but you can also use it in terms of business. I think the Black Sea has potential to bring in a lot of people to come see the beaches. As Constanța and Mamaia have grown, you have seen a lot of people go there for the party scene or for the beautiful beaches or for the warm water. Whatever it may be, people have started flocking to Constanța, which is right on the Black Sea. In the Black Sea, you can also have transportation come through. There's been a lot of cruises that go down the rivers in Europe, And Budapest has obviously been a place that has kind of boomed and become well known to many people because of these cruises. At some point, I think these cruises are going to have to continue and go down to the Black Sea, or they'll do a Black Sea cruise where you hit places like Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, and Greece, and touch all these beautiful places. And at that point, I think Romania is going to become even more popular because people are going to see what it's like in Constanța, going to the casino, going to the beautiful Faleza or Mamaia, whatever you want to see there. There's so many beautiful things in Constanța, and that will just open the door and open the floodgates to tourism in Romania. I think at some point that has to happen. And so once there are cruises, or once there is a lot of travel coming through Constanța, be ready, because tourism is going to hit Romania really hard. I also think there's another thing in here that we need to talk about, and that's not tourism, and it's actually not business. I think Romania has some of the best natural resources we can think of in this world. In terms of how big it is, because Russia may have more natural resources in total, but they are a much larger country in scale. So Romania, for the size of Romania, has plenty of natural resources. They do have oil fields. They do have a lot of agricultural fields going on. They do have, I don't know how prevalent it is now, but they were manufacturing a lot of items 20, 30 years ago. So they do have the structure to be manufacturing. So they do have trains, they do have transport, they do have this whole system in place that if they did need to manufacture, or there is a big demand for some sort of manufacturing, then they do have that infrastructure to build that. So they have a lot of natural resources and a lot of built-in resources. A lot of those other natural resources could be things like sunflowers, like I mentioned earlier, oil. I'm sure there's plenty that I'm missing right now as I'm talking about it, but there are plenty of natural resources in Romania to really help boom Romania, boom that economy, and push it towards that Germany / Netherlands type economy. The last thing I want to talk about today, I only have 4 things, maybe I'll throw in a bonus one, but the last thing I want to talk about is the intelligence of the people. I know earlier I touched on like the business and IT sector and how intelligent people there are there, but I think the people of Romania are very, very intelligent. So many people have so much knowledge about what they do, whether that's translating English, or any language. I mostly worked with English translators, but I know there are plenty of people who translate into German or French or Dutch, or pretty much any language. Like, so many Romanians speak so many languages and have this confidence in these languages. So I think they're very intelligent that way, but they're also intelligent at figuring things out, whether that's working on a car, or figuring out how this phone works, or how YouTube works, or how this computer works. They are always kind of tinkering and figuring things out and trying to learn the best way to do things. So I think Romania has a very huge population of intelligent people that is able to bring the economy higher. As people are in need, they'll learn these skill sets, or they'll learn what's best for them in order to earn money, and that will help bring the economy up and bring Romania up as a whole. I am going to throw in a bonus one. I want to say that Romania has some of the coolest people I know. And so I know this goes along with intelligence, but the coolest people I know, and I think that is super helpful as you're building an economy and building a country towards that prevalence, like a Germany or like a Netherlands. You want to have people that are relatable, that you can be friends with, that you can have a good time with, that you can connect with. And so I think having those cool people, it's really going to change the way people look at Romania. And so I'm really excited for the future of Romania. It may not be within the next 2 years that they're a powerhouse. It may not be in 5 years, but I see for sure in 10, 15 years, Romania being something we're talking about in Europe as one of the powerhouse countries, whether that's leading the software development, whether that's leading in tourism, or leading in natural resources like oil. I'm not exactly sure what's going to play out, but those three things basically are the big main items that you can look at. And so I'm excited for the future of Romania. So thank you for tuning in. I'm really glad you came and watched today. And if you have any other ideas on what could make Romania a future powerhouse in Europe, let me know. I'd be glad to hear what you think and what some of your ideas are. Thank you for listening. As always, I want to thank you guys for being the best followers, best listeners. You are helping me and my family get back to Romania and actually feel the love of Romania every single day. So thank you guys. I love you. Vă iubim. Vă iubesc. Și ciao. Te-am pupat. See ya.